Another day out at the Myrtle Beach Classic is wrapping up, with the golfers making the cut, hoping to improve their score before tomorrow's final day. Now at 6, we have team coverage, taking you around the course and showing you some of the moments from today. Thanks for joining us for your news at 6. I'm Ashley Listrom. Well, first, let's go ahead and send it out to our Ian Klein and Rachel Vogel. Now, you all have been out there for a few hours so far. What have you been seeing and how's it going?
Well, right off the bat, I know that you've probably seen this too, but tons more people out and about today, and it's such a beautiful day for it. I was in the fan zone. That area was packed. So many things to do, and really just everyone's taking in just a great day for golf. Yeah, and it's a lot cooler than we've seen in those earlier days. The heat much less of a factor than we saw, so I'm sure actually being able to walk all 18 holes was a little bit easier for some of those golfers out there, but surprisingly not as low of scores as we've seen throughout the week. -8 was the best score we saw yesterday. -6 was what we saw today. So, but still some pretty good golf all around. It's been fun. Like you said, a lot of people out here enjoying the time. And since we have less golfers out on the course, we're getting done a little bit sooner. So now people are kind of getting ready to enjoy those Saturday night festivities as the fun continues. And the concert tonight, and it's perfect weather for that. So pretty much perfect weather for anything, right? The weather out here is absolutely beautiful. Mother Nature clearly is a golf fan, just like we've been giving you the first alert to, and our weather team has been telling us all week long. Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold joining us live out here at the Dunes Club. And Jamie, much cooler for tonight as we've seen throughout this past week.
Yeah, we promised that once we got past those storms yesterday evening, it would be cooler temperatures, low humidity, and no rain chances. And that's exactly what we have seen all day today. Just a picture perfect day here at the Dunes Club and across the rest of the area. The good news is we're going to keep that trend going as we head into Sunday. Let's check that forecast right now. And boy, you want to talk about a beautiful evening. Just a couple of puffy fair weather clouds overhead. Temperatures right on the beaches sitting into the upper 60s to near 70. Low to mid 70s inland, but that absolute lack of humidity obviously making for a beautiful evening. That concert out here getting started very soon is going to be doing so under those beautiful conditions. And for the first time since this started, it is nothing showing up on First Alert Doppler radar. That forecast is rain-free as we work our way through the rest of this evening. Again, those temperatures slowly slipping their way down into the 60s. Let's talk about tomorrow. Another stunning day of golf. We'll warm temperatures up a little bit, but pretty comfortable early tomorrow morning. By mid-May standards, we're into the upper 50s to near 60, climbing our way into the mid to upper 70s heading into tomorrow afternoon. And the breeze that we've been talking about out here on the course all week likely kicks up a bit more as we head into Sunday afternoon with a pretty stout sea breeze. The other big talker, of course, not only golf, the Northern Lights. Yes, believe it or not, there is another opportunity for those to make another rare appearance this far south once again overnight tonight. Myself and Matt Bullock will be back in just a couple of minutes with the rest of that forecast. And again, a closer look at that possibility to see those Northern Lights once again overnight tonight. All that's coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks, Jamie. And I'm sure, of course, the fans are loving this cooler weather out here at the Dunes Club. I know we certainly are. The golfers have to be enjoying this too. Yeah, it's been really cool to see the guys out there enjoying playing the course. Like we said, bringing the PGA back to what many consider the golf capital of the world isn't just a big deal for the fans. It's a big deal for a lot of the golfers. We had the chance to speak with a lot of them throughout the week. Some of them have South Carolina ties. This is where they learn the game. So getting out to be able to play here at the Dunes Club has been a really cool opportunity for a lot of these guys. Yeah, and even if they're not from here, many of the guys I know in interviews leading up to this said, you know, I used to vacation here. Yeah, you know, so it's so great family memories too, and just what a fitting place to finally get to hold a PGA Tour event here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at our round 3 leaderboard here this evening. Chris Gotterup just taking advantage of the greens here today. He's your leader at 18 under par, followed up by a tie at second place with Eric Van Rooyen and Jorge Campillo. They are set 14 under after shooting 6 under today and 4 under. Then we got Robert McIntyre still in there as well. He is also tied at second at 14 under. Davis Thompson at 13 under. Then we have Alex Smalley. He has 12 under par for the day. And then we have quite a large tie. 8 guys tied at 11 under for 7th place, including Ben Silverman. So that is your leaderboard here after the 3rd round
Chris Goddard, though, just absolutely dominating. And to get a closer look at your round 3 action, we're going to bring in sports director Dave Ackert. And Dave, as we were saying, Goddard really taking advantage, taking command of the course as he takes this lead that he had yesterday into that final round tomorrow.
Hey, and yeah, it's been pretty crazy here watching the kind of that shuffle on the leaderboard, like you mentioned, and we had more shuffling here today as well. One of the guys I got to follow around here for a few holes as we had more time today was Erik van Rooyen, and it was one of my players to watch early on in this thing, and he went all the way up to 1 stroke from the lead. Now has fallen back quite a bit. I think you just mentioned the scores. I think he's 4 behind now, but still one of those guys that still could be dangerous. As they call this moving day, but maybe we're going to have to wait and see who can move on Sunday. But like you said, let's go ahead, take a closer look at some of these highlights for you. As one of the bigger names that we've been following, obviously, was Robert McIntyre, and he's been hanging around after being tied for that day 1 lead, and he hung around on top of the tournament, pretty much near the top of the tournament. And obviously, when you make putts like that, it's going to help. And then one of my guys I said to watch, Alejandro Tosti, he just makes a beautiful chip out there on hole 10. And then one of the local stars of the tournament that we have been talking about quite a bit because he has those South Carolina and North Carolina ties is Trace Crow, and he's out there on the 12th. Made a 23-foot putt with a birdie on the line. Absolutely sunk it. And then obviously McIntyre is one of the guys we want to talk about again. He was tied with George Campillo and Van Rooyen, like you mentioned as well, when you talk about just that entire leaderboard. But when it comes back out to us here on the course, you couldn't, like you guys just mentioned about the weather, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. This, yeah, and so let's go ahead and hear from Erik van Rooyen real quick.
We're pretty strong. I felt like you probably left a few out there. Did it
yeah.
that way all day?
Yeah, putting's been great all week. You know, you look at the back nine, you've got 13, which is a beautiful opportunity. You got 15, and you walk away with a bit of sour taste in your mouth. But that's golf. It's a stupid game we play, and you make a 60-footer on 18. So I'm playing great, man. That's all that is, yeah.
I feel like that speaks to all golf fans. If it doesn't, maybe you're a little better than me, but it's just, you make a really good shot 1 minute and then you never know what's going to happen the next. And to hear a pro say this, it's just a silly game. It's a silly game, but it's a fun game, and it's the reason why we are all out here. And we're going to continue to have even more highlights and hear from more players for you all weekend long. But one thing I can't wait for, guys, is to see that jacket tomorrow and see who's going to wear it. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to see the jacket, number one, because that has been a very secretive thing so far. So I cannot wait to not only see that, but see who will be the first ever winner of the Myrtle Beach Classic.
I had the chance to speak with some people over the chamber talking about what the jacket looks like. They said it's kind of a fun, light colored powder blue. It's got some cool, like, the design, what you see the seagull in the logo. They said it might be a little bit of an imprint on the inside. So they haven't actually brought it out, but I've heard through the wind, it sounds pretty cool. So I know everyone wants the green jacket over at the Masters, but hey, we'll take a teal jacket here, maybe at the Myrtle Beach Classic.
Pretty fitting, right?
Absolutely,
right,
absolutely.
For here. Well, all week long we've been bringing you stories from the course, from all the volunteers who've traveled miles just to come out and help, as well as an old school golf fashion trend, even a look back at the history of the Dunes Golf and Beach Club. And you can find all of that right now on your WMBF News app, and that is also where we've been keeping a daily live blog with pictures and updates right from the course. Our digital team has been hoofing it all over this place, just racking up the miles, making sure that folks get a real, true, up-close look at this event.
And I know one of our digital producers just got a picture over at the fan zone where Thompson Square is just starting to take the stage here this evening. They'll be playing this evening for a few more hours as we get ready to close night 3 here at the Myrtle Beach Classic at the Dunes Club. So